Good morning. I got my second set of renderings back from one of the three factories that I'm working with. And I wanted to show you some of the things that I look for. So I've created a folder of the things, of the images that I wanted to show you. So the first one I'll show you, this is the original of the fitting. No, it's not. This is the original of the signal. Sorry. I am halfway through my second cup of coffee. So this is the signal. She has beautiful black hair. She is sitting on a marble, fence, gate, whatever. So, and she's by a body of water. So take a look at her hair, her fingers, and her toes. Now, I wish I could paint. I can't even begin to dream about painting. People that can, with this hand-eye coordination, it's amazing to me. Okay, so this is what I sent to my factory. And I got this rendering that looks absolutely fabulous. There's a few details. Whoops, I have to open it. There's a few details that need to be changed, and I don't know if I can open this in photos. Yes, I can. And that I wanted to look more closely at. Sorry, computer's on a left desk and I am just moving around a little bit. Okay, so looking at this looks gorgeous, right? This is probably from a distance. This is 60 colors. Her hair looks beautiful. The ocean looks beautiful. This gate is just incredible. Her fingers look great. And her toes look great. Now, when I expand this, you're going to see that this is the canvas and all the codes and everything on here. So I'm going to expand it a little bit. So this is in round. It's going to take a minute for the computer to catch up to itself and to reveal all this. But look at the colors that the computer picked up from the hair. Now, I don't know how this works, but I can only imagine that these colors were in the paint and it can't be seen by the naked eye, I guess. But her hair is purple and green. So I am going to ask that the designer at the factory touch this up and make the hair look more natural. While it looks excellent at a distance on the computer when it's really that tiny, I have a feeling that once the painting is completed, it's the purple and green is going to stand out. Okay, so I'm going to ask him to fix that. Now, again, after they fix it, they're going to send it back to me for approval. So this is another reason why customs take so long. Now, for me, pretty much everything I do is a custom because I'm not ordering from the database of the factory. Once they have this in their database, once they have this in my file, when it's done, I can order it and they'll print it and ship it out to me right away. Well, a week to 10 days because it's already done. So now I want to come down and look at her fingers. Now her fingers look awfully pink and red. But if you look at her fingers in the image, it looks a lot more clear. I'm concerned about these colors and how they're going to look in the painting, but they're probably going to look just fine because this is probably in the shade a little bit. Nope, there's no shadow. So let's look at this. What is this, a G? Yeah, let's look at the G, because this color might vary slightly from what the G actually is, but that's not always true. Okay, sorry. This is a big image. It's going to take a while for my computer to figure out. Here it is. Now see, that looks pretty good for fingertips, you know, if they're cold and pressed against this cold marble. But we saw in the image that it's going to look okay. You know what? I think I did a mock-up of this. Now the toes. When this clears, you're going to see the line of her toes here. It's a lot of the same color. So it looks like the toes are going to blend into the color that's also on the marble gate. So the A. And then the A's kind of go across here, and the threes. Here's a 3 on her toe or toenail. And then the threes go up here. So I was worried about that clump here that's the same color as in her toes. Now I'm filming and I'm thinking. So, but from a distance, though, I think this is almost accurate. This might be the same size. This on the computer screen, I think I have it pretty close to the actual size of the drill. And if you look at it from kind of a distance, it looks okay. It doesn't look like the toes are going to blend into the gate like I thought they might. Okay, so now I'm going to look at a different painting. I'm going to show you Spirit of 76. Now I have this in round. No, I don't. I have it in square. I have this in my home in square. And this is the Spirit of 76. You probably recognize this. And they're walking through a war zone, and it's pretty dark and gray. And they sent me a rendering that at first I thought was almost too light. I think it's going to be really good because once you put down the drills, the solid color drills, it's not going to be as light as it appears in this image. Now I open this in Paint, so I can't move it around like I did with the opening it in photo. So I love the pinks and lavenders and the grays all mixed together because it's going to show the lighting, that there might be some light behind this clouds and the smoke. Now I've got this pretty big, so it's going to be difficult to see the faces. So I'm going to resize this a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. So I think this rendering is really good, and I don't think they have to change a thing. Now, this is the guy that's on the ground. He's been injured. And the colors on the faces, his face, this guy here in the center is going to point to my screen. You can't see me pointing to my screen. His face is ruddy, because they're playing, they're trying to keep up the morale. They're walking by dead bodies and people who are injured. And this young boy, he wants to do the right thing, and he's watching the adults, and he's like kind of freaked out of what's going on around him. But I don't think anything needs to be changed in this painting. I think it's going to be fabulous. Okay, and now I want to show you the fitting. So in this image, this woman who's having her dress fitted, she has this lace shawl draped over her arms, and it goes down over her dress. And it seems like this is taffeta, and this artist did an amazing job with the reflection of the light. And when taffeta moves, it's a little, what's that word? It looks like it changes colors a little bit in the light. So she's got the lace, and there's some yellow flowers on her blue dress. So I'm having this done in square and round. And I'm going to show you this rendering. I'm going to size it down a little bit. So her face is going to look fabulous, right? So this painting is really large because her face is small in the picture. And that lace shawl is going to be really hard to recreate with diamond paintings. Incredibly hard, because lace is just so thin and dainty. So I think this rendering is okay. This is one of those things where if you really like the painting, you're just going to have to understand that and be okay with the fact that the lace is not going to be intricate on a diamond painting. So this is the round. And the colors in the dress are fabulous. It's just amazing. This is going to be an incredible diamond painting. I didn't bring up the square. I did forget about that, but I'm going to show you a side-by-side image because I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect that two different designers worked on this painting. One did the round and one did the square. I don't know the software they use. I have software. I can render a painting, and I can click on a button for a round, and I can click on a button for square, and the colors are going to stay the same. The only thing that's going to change is the drill. And if I put in an image 3 different times, it's going to come up with 3 different sets of colors, 180, 181, or then like maybe 179 kind of thing. So what am I doing here? Hold on, I'm confusing myself here. Okay. Did I open up the same? Oh, here we go. Okay. So I suppose it doesn't matter so much because if somebody buys the square painting and somebody else buys the round painting, they're not really going to know that there's a difference between the two paintings. But I think the quality of one is better than the other. Squares, I discovered that I prefer squares. Some people don't like squares. Some people prefer round, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the quality needs to be the same. And I'm waiting for this to be more clear. And you can see, like, oh, this is 61 colors. And this is 60. Why does this have 61? See, this is why it takes so long. I think I have 27 paintings to go through. WI5. I want to see what that is. Maybe somebody put in a specialty drill. I didn't ask for a specialty drill. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my factory what that is, what that code means to them. Okay, so here is the lace on this dress. And over here is the lace on this dress. So this picture is lighter and brighter than this one. Oh, here we go. It's still opening up a little bit or whatever. Maybe not. So the square, the detail is always better in the square. It really is. It's just more defined. You still have a beautiful painting with a round, absolutely beautiful painting. But the detail or the lace is just different than the detail here. I honestly don't know what can be done about that. I think it's just the difference between the round and the square, because you just upload a picture and the computer does the work because the program is designed to do the work. And yet the designers can go in and make little changes. And this is also darker than this. So I wonder if the person who worked on this round image lightened it a bit. Wait a minute, is this round or square? It's so small, I can't tell. Anyway, this is the round. Did I contradict myself? Yep, the detail is always better in the square. And this is why I go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so I think I want to know what you think in the comments, please. So this is round, but I think the guy or the person who worked on this painting lightened it. And the person who did the square painting did not lighten it. So I just want the images to be more uniform than they are, because I don't want this painting to turn out not so nice as the other one. And I don't understand why the colors are so different either. Let's see if I can make this large enough to see a little more clearly. So here, number 60 is this beige, and here number 60 is this cream. 59 is this brown, And 59 is this lighter beige. Let's see, 55 is this R red. And over here, 55 is this purple. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the colors being different. I just want the paintings to be uniform. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, because I'm thinking out loud as I do this. But these colors are just a lot lighter than this. So sometimes these images probably have to be lightened to make them better. I did that with a cozy corner. A cozy corner is a painting of a woman sitting in a colonial kitchen by the window, and the fireplace where they cook is in the corner. And so there was no electricity. So it's just a darker image. And so I did lighten that a little bit because it is going to be darker when you put the drills on the picture, and you lose a lot of detail. If you're not standing right there in front of the original painting to see it, you would lose a lot of that detail. Okay, and now I want to show you young girl reading. So this is the original image. And this is from the 1700s. It just blows my mind that they had the technology to make oil paints and paint like this in the 1700s. They made paintbrushes. It's just incredible to me. Okay, so this is young girl reading. She has a pink blush or pink rosy cheeks. There you go. And I asked for AB drills to be in her bow here. And I asked for AB drills to be in her bow on her dress. And I also asked for the dress to be accentuated in yellow or with yellow AB drills. That was not communicated to the designers. And I'm going to show you what I got. So I'm going to ask them to go in and change this. Now, working with different factories, different designers has different ideas. Now, these designers, I don't know if they're digital artists. Some factories just upload the images and they send it to the printer, and that's that. And one of the first factories I was working with stopped working with me because I kept asking the designers to go back and change something, and they don't want to do that. So there are some factories who just mass produce these paintings, and they don't want to take the time to go in and make these edits for the customs because it takes time out of their day and it's intricate details. So they just want to keep production up. So I found companies that will go in and make the paintings better because they want to produce a quality painting. So yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that the factory didn't want to work with me anymore. It's like, well, you know what? That's okay because I don't want to sell their crap. But the designer they had, who is not with them anymore, did some amazing work. The designer who did the initial From Paris with Love, if you look for Chris Kolasa, Kolasa, if you haven't seen From Paris with Love, go watch Chris's unboxing of that painting. It's fabulous. And they put special drills on there for me. But that designer has left, and there's a new, they didn't have a designer for a while. And then they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore. So I did buy From Paris with Love from them, and I'll go back and order from them again, but it's already in their system and done and ready. Okay, so now we're at young girl reading because I got distracted. one thing I don't like about paint is I never know where my mouse is. Okay, so this is 61 by 76. The first person that I made this for, and I made a smaller painting, I sent it to her. She asked for a larger painting. And so we are having, I am having this made larger and for her, and I have already sold a bunch of other paintings of this because it's just so incredible. So, and then her face here too. In the smaller painting, the face was more ruddy. Where's my mouse? There it is. And with the larger painting and more colors, it's not so ruddy. It's more of a natural brown. So I want to go here and I want to show you the AB drills in white. Right here, AB08 and AB drill for the yellow. Now remember, I wanted the AB drills in her bow, and they're not there. And I wanted the AB drills in her bow here, and they're not there. What they did was they put the AB drills in the collar. And then they put the AB drills all around here where the dress becomes yellow. And they're not interspersed throughout her dress as I requested. Just for a little sparkle. So I'm going to go and ask them to make those changes. So it's not easy to change the colors. They have to go in, well, since these are all in a clump, it might be easier for them to change. But for example, if I ask them to lighten her face a little bit around the cheek, they can't just go in and change the color, this color H, because then it would change throughout the entire painting. So if I just want a few of these lightened a little bit, or maybe a little bit brighter, so to be a little more pink and a little less brown, they'd have to go in one by one, and they'd have to go over, choose the color that they're going to use, and they'd have to click these circles one by one until they just had a small patch of pink. Because this H right now is just in her face, but if the same H, because it's a pink, brownish pink, it might be down in these maroonish brown pillows, for example. I don't think it is, but for example, so if they made a change to the pink by just changing all that symbol, then there'd be some pink in here, and that wouldn't be right. So I said before, why I made a video on why it takes so long for custom paintings. So, and this is another reason why. So some of these paintings need to have edits done. And so meanwhile, the factory is moving along with their work. When I send these edits back, then I have to go back in line in the order of the others order received that are before me, and then they're going to go back and work on this again, and then they're going to send it back to me for a approval. But when I paid for the order, their clock started ticking, so they have only so much time to get the order processed and out to me, and that's being watched. So that's a good thing. Hello, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and please subscribe. Those 2 little clicks take a fraction of your day and it helps me tremendously. If you have not already seen the video I have posted about how diamond paintings are made, I'm going to attach it to the end of this video, so please keep watching. Have a great day.